everyone, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm your host, Ethan Van Sciver, artist for DC Comics for 20 years, but really just a man of ink and superhero and humility. And I'm really happy to be with you today because we're going to draw something crazy cool that everybody loves. Everybody loves this character. I remember when he was first designed and created back in 1987? I don't know. I was reading the comic back then and reading Amazing Spider-Man, and a fellow named Todd McFarlane had just come over from The Incredible Hulk and did a couple issues and then instantly made waves by creating Venom and introducing him to the world. And he became probably the most important new Spider-Man villain. Most important new Spider-Man villain since anything Stan Lee created. So very, very exciting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw Venom today, and I want you to follow along. Grab a pencil, do what I do. Let's start with kind of a ball shape here. Everything that we do when we draw a head is based around the idea of a skull. We want to bear in mind everyone has a skull, and that's kind of the shape that we want to lay down first. We're going to slice this ball right across the middle like that. And, you know, listen, I think a lot of people are put off by these how to draw lessons early on when they go, oh, does this have to be a perfect circle? Does this have to be perfect? Do I have to draw it hard, like a hard line? No, you don't do that. Don't do that at all. I'm drawing a little darker than most people need to. So that you can see it on camera. But no, it doesn't need to be perfect. It can be rough. These lines don't mean anything. They're just guidelines that we're going to erase later. All right, so we're going to do this here. We're going to kind of cut this shape here, and then we're going to bring a line down here. Long line. This is his jaw, okay? This is the shape that we're going for now. And what we've done is we've cut kind of like a circle off of that. We kind of cut a slice off of it. If this were an onion, we cut this right here. And here's the other side coming through. All right, and then we're going to kind of bring this back down around to here. And we're going to take our eraser and we're going to clean this up like so. And already what we have here is we have an open mouth, big open mouth shape. Okay, and that's what we're going for. And then we're going to kind of indicate right here where his neck is going to be. All right, there we go. Now, Venom has kind of eyes that are shaped a little bit like Spider-Man's, but they're like liquidy. They like while Spider-Man's eyes are kind of like one consistent shape, kind of like that. Venom's are that shape, but they're more broken and runny and creepy and jagged. So this part here, this is up to you. You can do this any which way you want. I'm going to start with a line right down here, and I'm going to come up here and connect that around like that. And then I'm going to kind of just like almost like thinking about the shape of fire or something like that. I'm going to come up like that, okay? And I'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll give it a little jagged point right there. And then on this side, we're going to come down and like so. Okay. And we're going to clean up this line here. I'll bring it in a little bit. I'm going to bring it in. Let's bring that baby in. All right. And we'll go ahead and do the top of his head. Connect it to the other side. And are we happy with that? Let's take a look. Yeah, we're happy with that. That works. That's good. Okay, so let's take out this line here. We'll leave a little bit of it so you can still see where it was. Let's take out this line now too. We don't need it anymore. All right. So following this line here, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to find a crazy smile. Look at that. Okay, so we've got this line that goes from here to here, and it goes up in a crazy smile shape. Hey, I also wanted to say, you know, even though these drawing lessons are meant for beginners, some of you guys are actually experts, and I still want you to participate, and I want you to think about kind of like treat this like a jazz musician lesson. Hey, some of us are better pianists and trumpet players than others. Feel free to improv. Feel free to show me your chops, what you got, and when you show me your result, show me what you did differently and what you did the same, and I will retweet it on Twitter like I always do. So, all right, now we're going to draw the teeth in. We're going to follow this kind of shape. Now, teeth are kind of shaped like, are they carrot-like, would you say? What is that shape there? That's a big tooth, and then here's a little tooth, okay? So we're going to be doing variations of these two shapes all along the inside of his mouth here. And the thing about it is that Venom is a scary kind of, he's got this weird alligator kind of mouth. And his teeth, feel free to go crazy and put them in all different directions. As many as you want. You can have them be different sizes. I'm having this one stick out a little bit, like so. As we get to the sides, I'm going to have them pointing out a little bit more than usual. Okay. Like this. And then we're going to remember the inside of his mouth there, but let's finish this side first. Okay, so a lot of just random teeth. Have them come up over the line. Okay, so that is his mouth line. We're gonna draw the teeth coming up over it. Okay, like this, and then we're gonna kind of let those teeth follow the smile line up to a point, not all the way. Feel free to add some more teeth behind these if you want, like a shark. That's even creepier. Like if he has a whole other layer of teeth behind there. I'm going to leave this for now because what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch in a tongue shape. Now you can have the tongue going any way that you want. All right. I'm going to have it like this. And then here, can you see? All right, so here's the tip of the tongue. I'll put a line here. That means that you can see the other side of it. All right, that is our crazy tongue shape. We know where the tongue is. We don't need to do detail right now. We just need to do the outline of it. We just want to show where it is so that we can work in 3 dimensions around this tongue. And so now we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the teeth. And now we're seeing the inside of his mouth here. So we can see where the teeth kind of connect to the palate of his mouth, of his upper jaw. Okay. Very cool. Got it? Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right. Now, we're going to add a kind of weird cheek line here. Because even though this is a smile, I don't think this is all open. This is kind of a layer, a flap of skin, almost, right here, okay? We don't want to have that be open. We want to leave that kind of covered up, a little bit like a dinosaur. Like, you ever see drawings of Tyrannosaurus Rex? They'll have this kind of skin flap here that kind of a webbing that connects the mandible to the upper palate. All right. Getting very scientific here. Very scientific on Comic Artist Pro Secrets. All right, let's follow the lower jaw with more teeth. Now, we don't want these teeth necessarily to be as big as the teeth in the upper jaw. I mean, you can if you want to. There are no hard and fast rules. Venom, of course, is not a real thing. So feel free to kind of do whatever you want. If you want to make his lower teeth even bigger than his upper teeth, just to see what it looks like, hey, via con Dios, do it and let me see. Maybe I'll copy you. But this is kind of the Mark Bagley, Todd McFarlane approach, I would say. All right, so we're doing that. We have the tongue that's blocking right here, so we're going to go behind and on the other side of the tongue and continue drawing the teeth into the back of his mouth. Like that, okay? All right, let's finish drawing the top of his skull. And then let's come in and make our final choice about the jaw, the shape of his jaw. You see, you don't have to stick to the original lines you put down. Those rough lines, those were just to give you an idea. Those were just your first offer. You're making your final offer now. Okay, this is your final push. We're going to draw this little gum line right under here. By the way, shame on me. This pencil is not very sharp right now. Is it too late? Should we sharpen it? It's never too late. Let's sharpen the pencil. There we go. Okay. Let's come in here, and this is his lower lip kind of shape. And he does have kind of a lower lip. All right, and then let's bring down, you know what, let's bring down this chin a lot more. I want to make this chin longer, more like the Joker. I don't know, long chins are more skeletal and scarier. All right, now we're going to put veins in this neck. This. I want you to just kind of, first of all, here's this muscle, this kind of shape right in here, and then this leads back to this, like so, and then this is where you can be imaginative. I want you to overlay. Start cleaning up a little bit, but overlay as many veins as you want. Now, there's some artists who go absolutely crazy with this and have decided to kind of be a little bit like Simon Bisley and draw lots of veins in the neck. Okay, so this does require an eraser. I wish I had a better, more pointed eraser than this right now. Vein there. Let's do another one here. You can make them, I would vary the sizes and thicknesses of these veins just to make them look creepier and more interesting. Here's a little one there. Okay. All right. Now we've got our basic Venom shape. There he is. Now it's time to add detail. Okay, so moving closer. I went into a drawer in the kitchen and I found this lovely pencil with this tiny little eraser, which is exactly what I need right now. So I'm going to go back in with you and we're going to clean up the tips of these teeth where the root is. Just erase that line away from it as best as we can. And that's perfect. We're going to go in with our very sharp pencil and we are going to begin to do detail work, which is kind of like this. We're going to darken the socket right at the top here, kind of the pocket of the tooth. Okay? Like so. As you can see. Okay, So we're going to kind of do this all the way around. And now we are going to draw this kind of jagged line that follows the shape of the teeth and their attachment to his skull. We're just going to do this, follow it all around. You see what we've done there? And now, let's clean up this eye right here with my Rainbow Bright pencil eraser. Yeah, I don't know if that's working so well. This is why you need quality tools. This is not necessarily a quality drafting tool. All right, so let's put a couple of little white lines. There are going to be white lines there. And then let's trace his head like this on the inside. Okay, now what we're doing is we're drawing a line that is going to allow there to be a halo of light, of highlight around his head. Come in a little bit there, you see what I did? And then we're going to color all this in. And now we're going to do the same thing down on the lower jaw. We're going to find the silhouette line. And let's just draw a little, see that, what I just did? Let's do that right here. I gave him a little bit of a cleft chin. Yeah, you want to give Venom a nice Cary Grant sort of cleft in his chin. Why not? He deserves to be a little bit handsome. A little bit of handsomeness. I'm going to fill this in too. Okay, so now let's do the neck. Let's add the dark areas of the neck now. You're going to find where the light is going to hit, and you're going to leave that area white. So this area is going to be white. This area is going to be black. This area in here, this is all black. See those X's? That is telling the inker to color those black. Here's a vein here. I want to color this little area in. That would be shadow. This would be shadow. Right under this vein. Like so. This would also be shadow. Okay, let's go ahead and color this in. Very good. Now, let's come down here. We know that's going to be filled in, so we're going to mark that with an X. Clean that up a little bit. Follow this line down. Follow this line down like this. This is also going to be X. It's going to be black. Let's go ahead and draw a line here and a line here. And let's make all this. Let's just knock that all out. Let's do that. All right, let's go in here and just add a couple more shadows underneath these veins. Can you see this? Okay. Now, because the light is coming from this way and the veins are rounded kind of, they're casting a shadow right below them, right below themselves. So you want to bear that in mind. No matter how many veins you drew on the neck, You're going to want to answer them with shadow. And one thing you can do from here, if you'd like to, is you can do what we like to call pull-outs off of the black to give these veins some shape, make them rounded. So you're just going to kind of draw little lines, try to keep them uniform, try to keep them the same distance apart. This will take practice. You see how they all kind of add a nice little gray effect to them? They go from the black shadow to the white. They add a little transition. And that's what you're trying to do. Okay. Let's do a little bit of that. And so now you see the veins have a little bit more shadow on them and a little bit more detail, a little more definition. Nice. All right, so now here's what I guess some people would consider to be the fun part. We get to do the tongue and the teeth and any slobber they might have. So we're going to want to go ahead. Well, you know, before we do that, let's do some shadow work here. Let's knock out the black shadows before we get into the detail. So these teeth, we've got a light source that's up here, right? So these teeth are going to cast a shadow down on the tongue, and that'll be fun to do. So we're going to draw the shape of the teeth. Like this. You know, doesn't have to be exactly representative of what's there, but that'll help if you can do that. I'm going to draw another line right here, like that, okay? Now, this is all, I'll go ahead and I'll, you know, break this up here with the little inside of the gum line, but this is all going to be black. I think before we do that, let's go ahead and let's do a little line of slobber. Now, slobber is going to be thicker and more round where it attaches to something, and then it's going to string out and get thinner and then get gloppy again. You can add a little drop of spittle there. See how that happens? It's thicker here, and then it's gloppier where it reattaches here. Thick, thin, thick again, okay? You could do that everywhere. You can do one right here. So let's just do another string of spit from here to here. You could do as many of these little lines of spit and slobber as you want to. I'm choosing to do these first because they're going to break up the black shadow inside his mouth. So now that we have this, we're going to put X's in. I'll show you like this. This is all going to be black, my friends. All right, so let's fill that in now. Now it's starting to look like Venom a little bit, right? Now let's detail this tongue. I like to do pull-outs like I showed you and bring it up like this. Now these don't have to be uniform because it's a tongue. It's a different texture. It's a slimy kind of snake-like texture. So you can make these all different thicknesses, all different widths apart from each other, all different lengths. You can make these lines do whatever you want. I would actually get them closer and closer and heavier as they approach the inside of the mouth. Let's accentuate that shadow a little bit. Let's help this shadow out. See what I mean? I'd even bring this in a little closer. Okay, so let's do this. More cool lines. Let's do a little spit from here to here. Let's do some crazy spit flying off the end of this tooth. Little drops of spit. Slobber. Or blood, who knows? It could be blood. Draw a line from here to here. Okay, and let's do more of that right on the underside. Yep. And let's make final decisions about the line around the tongue. as always, the line that's furthest away on a rounded object like this from the light source is going to be thicker. It's going to be heavier than the line that's closest to the light source. Okay, because theoretically the light is lighting this up and making this line thinner than the shadowy line underneath. All right, so let's thicken up this line here a little bit. Okay, like so. You can add a few more lines if you like. Give it a little more texture. I'm going to go ahead and add some fleshy lines right in here, like wrinkles. Like that. And there we go. There you have a penciled Venom head. What do you think? How'd yours turn out? Why don't you show me? Hey, listen, also write me comments below. Please let me know what you'd like to learn how to draw, because we will do many of these anyone can draw lessons. Show me your results on my Twitter page, which is @EthanVanSciver. And also like and share this video, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And the last thing we do on these videos is we go ahead and we sign our work right in the corner here. Yeah, that way you know it's an original Ethan VanSciver. Hey, thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. We're going to draw the metal Batman next. Bye-bye.